Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. Today guys, we're going to be diving down into the world of Chainlink to see what's been recently going on with the price action. Now as I get into this video, if you do find it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you are going to be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. If you haven't yet joined us in Discord, links in the description down below. Fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. We do a lot more technical analysis down in Discord, so why not go ahead and check it out? I don't think you're going to be disappointed by what you find there. Right, let's jump right down into this price action for Chainlink and see what's going on and what I think might happen next. So we're just going to be on this hourly chart to start with. Binance is our data source. We're paired up with the USDT, and Chainlink's an interesting one, right? Because it's a highly volatile asset, and if you catch it at the wrong time, you're going to get stung. But if you get it at the right moment, this thing is very, very good for your portfolio, in my opinion. But that's all it is. I'm not a financial advisor and I cannot offer you financial advice, but I am going to go through this chart and I'm going to give you my thoughts and opinions on what is going on here with Chainlink and why I think this thing is going to absolutely rocket in the future and has so much fantastic short-term trading potential as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at this recent move. I mapped this on out yesterday, and I should have actually just done a short-term trade on it because it was so perfect. I'll show you what this was. So essentially we had this really good movement up, right? So essentially we had an A wave here, we had a B wave down, and then we completed with the C wave here, right? And it's always great to just draw that out, but you can do some checks. You can actually just grab a Fibonacci retracement tool. We'll run it from this high point to the low point just here, and we'll go ahead and we'll just transpose this over to the B wave low. And here you can see we hit not only the resistance level of 15.72, but also the 1-to-1 ratio with our Fibonacci retracement, our A wave and our C wave here, 1-to-1, perfect level of most commonality between A and the C, hitting that on the nail on the head. Now we're looking for the corrective move down. So that would have been a fantastic move, either catching it down here at the bottom where you could have seen 10%, just short of 10%, or alternatively catching it at the bottom of this B wave, which is where I was looking at it yesterday, and then just riding this one up here for about 7.2% on your portfolio. So that would have been a fantastic trade short term, and that's the kind of volatility that I really like about Chainlink, right? On the shorter time frames, you can really kind of make your position so much bigger by catching it at the right moments. Now we can of course zoom out a little bit. We can acknowledge what's going on a slightly larger scale. If we actually go ahead and grab hold of this through to here, for example, move this over to this low point, again we end up with that 1-to-1 ratio just slightly above that 1-to-1 ratio, but it also completes that bigger move overall, right? So again, now we are thinking, okay, cool, we've got a couple of really good kind of wave counts here that are kind of overlapping each other. So we've got a sub wave count, but essentially we have one here, and one just coming up here. So again, you now have a slightly bigger macro event, and the sub wave count, that was one that we were talking about earlier, is inside of there. So all that's looking pretty good, right, in terms of progression. But what about next? Well, next, obviously, we've had the ABC up, then we want to be thinking ABC down, right? And this is a correction here. Now this is actually looking pretty short, which is good. Okay, so essentially what we do is we'll grab hold of our Fibonacci retracement tool, and we'll take it from this low point to the high point. We'll move this over to the high point there. It's going about 15.35 as a potential move, so that could be interesting. We need to lower that stochastic RSI down, so that could be an interesting point to kind of catch in on. So not ideal, but it's still a possibility. Let me just clean that up. So we can see here this short ABC move coming down to about 15.35. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mark that up with a horizontal ray right about there, so we can see that. Let me just move that up 1 point there, because there we go, on the nail. That's it. Cool. So the stochastic RSI needs to come down. Okay, so we can acknowledge that we're a bit high, but this isn't overly too problematic. We can of course come back up into this overbought area, so we could be looking at another run here, and if that is the case, it's possible that we could count this as an impulsive move if we go higher down at $16.37. Okay, and again, you would expect some kind of small kind of move on the inside here anyway. So it's possible that we actually see this C wave come up, and if it does that and hits the 16.37, then in fact this is wave 1, 2, 3 with a fourth and a fifth wave still to come. So that would be a really good time to kind of really analyze the market. So we'll be watching this move quite closely. Now on the 4-hourly chart, if we come across here, we are overbought. On the 8-hourly chart, we're heading to the overbought, so we've got room to grow a little bit there on the slightly larger time frame. The daily chart, we're still overbought, so there's going to be some kind of corrective pattern here that has to play out, and the weekly is in a really good spot, loads of room to grow there, so I'm not too concerned about that. But let's just focus in on this this move here for the daily chart here. Now we had this move up right from the low points that was achieved at about $11.41. Good move up, good pull back down. So again, you know, we can look at this as a big A, B, and a C wave that hasn't actually come in yet. So it's still possible that this continues to grow, or we have some kind of short correction and then continuation of the growth to the upside. Now, what I am going to do is I'm going to measure this movement because I find this one very interesting right here. And, you know, if we do actually move up higher than 1606, this is an entire impulsive move right here. So a lot riding on Chainlink right now, because essentially, if this does go impulsive, we have a daily impulsive breakout potentially here that then sees some kind of short correction to correct all the charts, you know, bring them back down, and then a fantastic final move up in that fifth wave. Now that would be really, really good to see. So one to kind of keep an eye out on, not guarantee that that's actually something that's going to play out, but we're getting very, very close to calling that an impulsive move. So 1606, want to watch that level. I'm going to just quickly mark that up right there for the daily chart, because if we can do that, then we have a very, very good position for long-term kind of gains to be made here with Chainlink. So pretty good. And obviously that weekly chart's also in a really good spot as well. So progression there. Obviously we pulled back down a little bit here. I should probably just tidy this up a tad on our weekly here. You can see the volatility that I really like. You know, we pull back down 74%, for example. And then, you know, after that, we rallied up, you know, 185%, right? So the volatility is there. You got to catch it at the right time, though. Otherwise, you might get stung. And for the most part, this is actually looking like we've completed that low point. That's okay. And this could now be that impulsive breakout that we need to start to see recovery here for Chainlink on the slightly longer term as well. The monthly chart, right down there in the oversold area. So all of that is looking really good for real long-term kind of value being added here. So I'm very excited about what 2022 can bring for Chainlink across these larger timeframes. Guys, I'm going to leave the video there, but hopefully you have found it useful and informative. Just brief technical analysis on what is going on and what I think might actually happen next here for Chainlink. Guys, if you have found it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. With all that said, done and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.